Welcome everybody, it's tractorchute here, and why not get ourselves a little treat? What would a Sunday be without a good old bronzing? Both these guys are bronze level. If we take a look in the upper left-hand corner, it is our favorite breakfast food. It is Hashbrowns playing as the red Zerg, and I think that's an off race. I don't think I've ever seen Hashbrowns play Zerg, so he's got my curiosity right off the bat there. He even lives on a farm because he said the word hey. I don't know if that means he lives on a farm or he's just illiterate. Who knows here? But in the lower right-hand corner, it will be ichicken. He is a chicken already. I don't like him. Actually, I like chicken. I do like chicken, but if you're calling yourself a chicken, I don't like you. So ichicken is going to start himself off with the standard Terran Wall-Off. And down the other end here, it looks like Overlord Scouting. Hashbrowns knows how to Overlord Scout. And like I said, I'm so very curious of this game here. I've watched so many Hashbrowns games. I've watched him play Terran. I've watched him play Protoss. I don't think, like I said, I don't think I ever recall him playing as a Zerg player. So I think this could be a decent match here. He's heading out here. Going to do a very early scout with his drone here, so I'm very curious what he intends on doing. Both these guys very early, only at the minute and a half mark, and they both want to get a little bit of intel. Oh, might actually be a hatch first at an odd location, going to his third. Maybe a little bit of a hidden expansion at the same time. It's not overly hidden if you're putting it in your third. Maybe plant it somewhere down here or up here. It'd probably be prime locations. At the same time, ichicken is going to head down there with his SCV. That Overlord is going to continue across the map at 2 miles an hour. Eventually, he will get down there. This SCV is going to get in the base there, which he's going to see no spawning pool. And everybody at the scout should know if you don't see a spawning pool, especially around the 3 or 2.5, 3 minute mark, you got to know that your opponent went hatch first. So that should be a dead giveaway right there. So he's going to get in there and scout that out. Hopefully, he figures that out, but he is bronze, so who knows, you might not get that. Not take anything away from bronze players. I've been there, done that, and in fact, I think I'm still bronze on the server. I'm not bad, so it doesn't mean they don't know what they're doing, but at the same time, like I say, you might not get that. Wow, double gas. So we're going to hatch first, double gas. Apparently felt the need. We really need to chase him down, then come back here, stand around, and do shoot. Oh, wow. Yep, maybe a little bit of a misclick from Hashbrowns there. Might want to get them mining. That's definitely going to put them well behind in the mining time. I will tell you that much here. What does our income tab look like? 560 to 200. Please get that boy mining, or you could be in a little bit of trouble here, Hashbrowns. And we are going to get Command Center to finish that wall off here. So he's looking to macro up with the early expansions off of the 1 barracks. Fairly interesting choice out of ichicken here. And he's going to send 1 Marine across the map here. So apparently feels the need to send a whopping Marine over here. And he's bunkering. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Maybe he's preempting the expansion. He's got a bunker there. Even at that location, I believe he's got enough range there to hit or be pretty darn close. I just find it quite funny. He did realize the fact that there was no spawning pool, so he knows the hatch first was coming. But the fact that he preempted it by throwing a bunker down there, I realized he could salvage the bunker, but still a little bit odd. So the Marine's going to stand outside the bunker there. He's going to chill for a bit. In the meantime, there does look like Hashbrowns is macroing up over here. Has got his drones right back to work. There's mining 2 off the 1, none off the second extractor. Not entirely sure why the 2 extractors first, if you're not going to mine off both and go a little bit heavy on the gas. But either way, he does have the option when you choose to do so. Second barracks coming down as well here. That command center is going to finish up pretty soon. This Marine's on the lookout post here. He's standing over the cliff, keeping an eye on what's going on here. We have stacked up 2 Marines in this bunker. I don't know if they just wanted somewhere comfortable to sit, but they're not really going to do a whole heck of a lot as of this point. But he will at least keep Hashbrowns from expanding there. And Hashbrowns, in the meantime, is actually going to plant himself down his spawning pool finally. So a little bit late on the spawning pool. But either way, when you go hatch first, I guess you can do that. Hatch first into double extractor. This could be a whole new build. You never know. This could be like a Bronze League OP type build that we just don't know about quite yet. It does look like our second Overlord's going to come in here as well, so he's going to have the vision at the other end of the map. This Overlord's going right to the corner, so we'll sit himself over there so can fly into scout whenever he chooses to do so. Our opponent here is working 3-3 on the gases, is dropping mules, so looking pretty good, ichicken. I will say that. You know what you're doing. Tech Lab going down with a reactor on the second barracks. Taking a look up here, spawning pool will finish itself off here. Still not mining off the second gas. Still only has 2 on the first gas there. So maybe not looking to go too gas heavy. So I'll have to imagine a Roach Warren probably going to hit. Maybe going to a Roach Hydra type build. Definitely don't think he's going Muta, or he would be pumping the heck out of those 2 extractors there. Does have another Overlord. I like to see the scouting of the Overlords there. A lot of these lower levels don't use their Overlords for scouting. They just kind of throw them in the back of the base, leave them there. You want to at least use them to at least give you some sort of vision and intel of what's going on the map here. A little bit surprised ichicken hasn't quite flown off for an expansion. He's only got 9 SCVs. Where the hell did he even build anymore? Where did he put all his SCVs? All right, fair enough. It is 31-19. You can see he's well behind on it here, but he does have both command centers working on macroing up the first base here. One coming out of there, yes, so he's building out of both of them, so fairly decent. He's getting into a factory now and getting another command center, so he's going to have 3 command centers on the map here, so he will have lots of options for expansions after this here. One SCV's leaving. He's still filling up this bunker here. Making sure that Hashbrowns can't get that expansion is natural here. This SCV says, nope, you know what? I don't think I'm supposed to go that way. I'm going to come over here so I can stand out here on the auto repair in case he does get attacked. Guarding absolutely nothing. You never know when that could happen. Over here, it does look like we are just macroing the heck out of this base here. No gas coming down as of yet. Larva injects going in. Very well done by Hashbrowns. There we go. Has realized that he does need to get some gas going on this second one here. So it does get 3 on that. Outside of that there, he's still got no dogs or anything, just looking to get a good macro advantage here. He's saving up a lot of money. Got himself about $1,400, 528 gas. A lot of times everybody will tell you, if you don't know what to do with your money, expand. Just expand. Pump expansions out. You might as well spend it in some way, shape, or form. And it does look like we're going with a second factory, getting a tech lab on this one here, so might be looking to get possibly into siege tanks, maybe into a Hellbat would be a good option against Zerg, that's for darn sure. And he's now working on 3 command centers. 3 command centers are going to macro up the 1 base here, and we're going to get a starport as well, double starport, very decent, so it looks like Marine Marauder type build, and very interested to see what starts coming out of these factories here. Nothing as of yet. We got 6 Marines, we got 2 Marauders. Dropping mules still left, right, and center. Meanwhile, Hashbrown's good map vision. Look at these guys. Overlord's going all over the place here. This Overlord's here. Did he lose the one over here? Or am I just blind? He had another one over here at some point. I'm assuming that he ended up losing him here because I don't see him on the map. And it does look like we are moving this Marine out for a little bit of scouting. He's going to travel around there. And look at that map vision. Look at that. Pretty much got this entire line visioned out here. Knows what's going on. Visioned is a word, I think. Isn't it visioned? Vision. No, that's not a word at all. Not a word, but you heard it here first. Maybe it will become one. Look at that. Larva count's looking pretty good. He's got 11 on the larva count. Still over here. He's doing a little bit of patrolling here. He figures that these guys are going to look like retards sitting in a bunker guarding nothing. I'm going to look like a retard going back and forth just for fun. But like I say, it is delaying Hashbrown from being able to get down into that here. It does have 2 on the 1 gas over here. So just minding 1 gas at his expansion. And he will end up losing an Overlord. I don't think that Overlord can get out of there in time here. So the 1 Marine will go to work on it here. Slowly building it down. He might be able to get him out if he tries to get him out into the open where the Marine can't get him. But it doesn't look like that is the case. I don't think Hashbrown's controlling him. Now he starts to control him. But he might be too little too late. It's actually going to be very, very close. This could be a big turning point in the game. Probably not. But we'll watch it anyway. So does blow up the Overlord. Very decent job there. This Marine's going to scout over here. Is he still working 3 on this 1 base here? He has actually oversaturated it. Still hasn't flown out. Might want to start flying one of them out here. Second spawning pool. Is he getting... Yeah, he's got Zerling speed already. So he's got the metabolic boost. Is getting a hive. Not sure what the second spawning pool is for. But maybe if he loses this one, he's going to have a second one in the same location. Trying to come up with a reason for it. There's probably a pretty good reason for it. This Marine's going to chase down this Overlord here. This Overlord's going to fly itself out. Needs to go up, up, Overlord. You can't go too far that way. Up, up, down. Any up or down, not sideways. There you go. Might end up getting that one out of here. Not entirely sure if that's going to work out overly well for him. Opponent in the meantime here, he's still pumping barracks. He's got a couple standing around SCVs. Might want to get them going to work here. I'm actually kind of curious. I always like to look up at the very top middle there. So none of them has supply blocks, so that's very well done. Has an armory out, so might be looking to get into some Thors quite possibly. You can see the tank and Widow Mines have hit the field. Widow Mines might want to get out and bury themselves here. Finally looking to expand. Let's see how much of a saturation he's got. 32 workers. Only needs 21. Has a second orbital command. Thank God he's not pumping out SCVs out of that one. Has a Viking on the field now. I always like to see Viking out of Terran when you're playing Zerg. They're always good to fly around and kill off any Overlords that are sitting around scouting. So very good job getting the 1 Viking out here. Still has this barracks. It does look like these roaches are going somewhere. Probably going up to guard the ramp, I'd have to imagine. I'm a little bit curious as to where they are going. Has landed down his command center here. That Viking's going to work. Doesn't kill it as of yet. Oh, there we go. So it does end up killing that. Apparently these roaches, it does look like the Hashbrowns is probably going to expand here as he is going to work there. Might want to kill the 1 SCV that's repairing it. But either way, you're probably going to do good micro pulling that roach right to the back there. Barely going to kill it here. Yes, he does do so. So he will end up finishing off these Marines quite easily here. So it does look like Hashbrowns can now plant down his 3rd hatch. So he will be able to get that expansion out here. Here we are with the Widow Mines here. Might want to get them burrowed, like I say. That will be much more useful unless he plans on moving out right away here. And Hashbrowns in the meantime, he's going to scout around with these roaches. Like I say, he's got enough money in the bank. I would have to imagine we're going to see a hatchery come down here. I could be wrong. No, like I say, it is his off race, so he might be learning slowly. It does look like he has a spore car ready to plant down around his bases. Very well done there. And outside of that, he's got more money and gas that he knows what to do with here, so he could look to maybe put 3 or 4 expansions on the map. Would probably be recommended. Siege tank, looks like our Terran is going to turtle up a bit. Has got his widow mines planted down. Wouldn't mind seeing maybe a widow mine at the bottom of this ramp, and maybe another one a little bit further out, so he can at least get a couple shots off and get warning when his opponent's coming in. Hashbrowns, in the meantime, feels pretty confident with these 4 roaches here, as they are patrolling around the map, keeping an eye on where all the expansions are here. Still has this command center over here. Might want to look at flying it out at some point in time here. So did pull out most of the SUVs to fully saturate the second base. Very decent job out of ichicken. Looking pretty good so far here. Hashbrowns, you're just looking. I'm not sure what you're looking. Holy, that is a lot of sport cars. So he's making sure he doesn't get dropped on. That's for darn sure. Taking a look up here. He has that layer technology here. He is getting the movement speed for the overlords and is getting down a spire, so it is going to be a choice of a spire. When he gets that spire down, he'll have enough for at least 18 or so mutalisks. He has been supply blocked for a fair bit of time now, I have noticed up there, so I wouldn't mind seeing maybe a couple more overlords come out. Would probably be recommended. Let's look at the production tab. There's a couple coming out for fairly decent. Combat shield also coming out for the opponent of ichicken. Looking pretty good here as he is macroing up his army at his base. At the same time there, he still has that macro command center, which isn't really going anywhere. I mean, I can see macro hatcheries are useful, but this command center is absolutely useless at this time here, so he might want to at least get one more expansion, especially since he's oversaturated one more time on his main base, and has a few guys here, so rally points also a recommendation. Might want to get those guys down here to at least help out guarding that base, and good spot for the overlord out of Hashbrowns. I like to see his locations on them. At the same time, he is back to unsupply blocked, has himself up to 200 food. So he wasn't pissing around. All his larvae went into that. What the hell is he? What are these spine crawlers? Okay, good, and good. Perfect. We are going with a double macro hatch. Like, well, I guess when you got that much money, no point in expanding. You got enough money to buy whatever you want at this point. I would have to imagine we're going to start seeing some mutas. There they go, 8 mutas. We're also getting the air upgrade for his weapons there. So looking pretty good. He's going to macro this off a 2 base. Not a bad idea. So he's going to get them overlords out of there. Feels he's got enough map vision. Finally, the opponent has expanded. So ichicken has himself his 3rd out now. At the same time, they really want to be up at least 1 base when you are Zerg on your opponent. So wouldn't mind seeing him get his third and 4th out here. A lot of spine crawlers going down the guard this base here. There's some mutas. They're going to stand around here. Got a couple queens as well. Both these guys really go macro heavy. Nobody tends to be moving. They both have probably the most strangest builds I've ever seen. I will say ichickens is probably the most normal build I've seen compared to Hashbrowns. Is getting himself down his 2nd command center here, and is also getting himself the vehicle weapon upgrade. So very well done with the upgrades. I will say a lot of times in the lower levels you don't see the upgrades coming down that much here. 4 hatcheries on the way. Holy Christ. Well, if that's 2 right there, what do we got over here? Oh, are these couple more? No, those aren't hatcheries. Where did he plant his other hatcheries here? Yep. Oh, they're all in the main base. So apparently we are going with a 4 macro hatch. So we got 5 hatches in the main base. Not a bad build here. Let's pull up his units tab here. What he's got? He's got 8 mutas, 9 roaches to his opponent's 32 marines, 1 raven, 14 marauders, 4 tanks, and 1 viking. And it does look like we have overlords with that speed now. Hashbrowns is pretty excited as he can fly these things all over the map. 1 widow mine goes off. That pretty much takes that out right away. Look at the map vision Hashbrowns has. He's got overlords all over the place here. Has more overlords than he has needs for his 200 food. So looking pretty good here. This Viking scouts this one. He's going to pop that one off pretty easily. Opponent has expanded here. ichicken putting down his 4th. Looking pretty good there. Like to see it so far here. Now he's got all these macro hatches and he's got all this money saved up. He could really start loading up with a great big army, and I have to imagine that's what's going to happen here. He's bringing the mutas out. He feels he's ready to go here. He's got what the He's got the army of queens, the slowest moving army you will see in StarCraft 2. So he's going to send the queens across the middle of the map here. He's going to send the mutas out by there, so they fly right through the scan, so his opponent knows mutas are coming. I'd have to imagine we're going to start seeing some missile turrets. Oh, they're actually going to chase him right down here. The Marine Marauder army going to chase this. Realize they might end up losing the expansion. Takes out the building SCV. Very decent job. Now they're going to fly in here. He's very Marauder heavy, but he's got enough Marines there probably to deal with this here. No stim coming out of him as of yet. Does he even have stim? Yes, he does have stim. Didn't elect to stim there. Hashbrowns ends up getting out of there. In the meantime, Hashbrowns is still slowly moving out here with these queens. Opponent is pretty much at 200. Hashbrowns is somehow at 114, but has a lot of money. Has a lot in production now. He's got 60 mutas on the field there. Has another upgrade going here, which is his Carapace. We are also getting our blue flame coming out for the opponent here. So I'd have to imagine we're going to start seeing some Hellbats or some Hellions on the map. There's the mutas. They meet up with the queens. They say, hey, what's going on, guys? They say, I have no freaking idea. We're just kind of crawling around the map. There goes a few more mutas to help him out here. So feeling pretty confident now. You know, he's got a lot of mutas here. How many mutas did he pull over here? He's got 3, 6, and 8. So he's still got quite a few mutas sitting around at his base. So might want to look at getting them flying out here. There they are, just kind of relaxing here. Getting his gas down as well. Definitely needs to get some more gas, especially if he's going to stick to this muta type build. Elects to build a second layer. Yeah, not a bad idea, I guess. You could always use 2 layers in your main base. Not entirely sure what you would want to use it for, but I'm sure Hashbrowns has his reasons. Like I say, it is an off-race form. A few roaches just kind of hanging out here. You can see they have, looks like they've healed themselves up there. If those are the same roaches, I'd have to imagine that they are. And yeah, pretty much still coming to a standstill. I'm not entirely sure why ichicken isn't moving anywhere on the map here, but he's pretty comfortable getting into 4 base and not moving. Has a Hellbat on the field finally. He has 2 altogether. Even has a Thor on the field, so he's almost got 1 of every unit so far. Looking pretty good there. Needs to maybe get a Ghost out. That would definitely help if you want to try and get 1 of every unit. And over here, you can see that he's oversaturated one more time. Definitely likes to oversaturate himself. Has a lot of standing SCVs, so he says, why not? Start building up a couple more starports and a barracks going down for them. And in the meantime there, Hashbrowns has got himself a very good army over here. He brings the roaches over. Gonna send the mutas in here. And will they be able to do anything here? Oh, he's got 1 or 2 turrets down there, which definitely won't go overly well for Hashbrowns. He's just going to kind of sit around for a bit. Meanwhile, the opponent's going to move out this big ball and Marine Marauder, everything I can count army here. Where is this Thor? Oh, there it is. Thor is coming in the background there. Thor is here. I love Thors. So it does look like Hashbrowns is a little bit confused. No, oh, and he's going to expand with extractors. So he's getting a couple extractors coming out here. Opponent's really moving out there. Just going to start massacring these overlords that are keeping the vision going. And here we go. He's going to work on this. We'll end up taking that tank out quite easily. Couple Widowmines in there. I don't think we have any Overseers on the map, so he won't be able to scout those. But he is taking this base down fairly well. Marine Marauder Army stepping in. There's the Raven. Raven goes down right away. Hashbrowns retreats. Very good job getting out of there. Done his job. Took out a tank. And that was about it, but he did a decent job. Really needs to get out of there, though, because that Marine Marauder army is very scary, and they are very close to you. No, I guess he wants to attack here, so he's going to engage the Marine Marauder army. This won't go overly well. Going to look to stim here, I would have to imagine. There's the stim going off, and that's going to melt them 10 times quicker than what they normally would have. These 4 queens are going to go at her here. Hashbrowns has himself 2 extractors, and has GG'd the game. Well, I had 2 more over there. And wowzer, you really could have started getting some gas. Was he and he was long distance mining the gas. Wow, Hashbrowns, I give you my condolences. You're still my favorite breakfast food. My congrats go out to you, ichicken, the blue Terran. Leaving you with this: if the hen ain't in the house, then it's free to do what you want because the headphone jack ain't plugged in. You be good. Don't hurt nobody. Peace.